On today's program, we have a special guest, David Causton. He's the general manager of McCormick Place in Chicago. David, welcome. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Jeff. It's great to be with you this morning.
So McCormick Place, I've been there many times. It's a big facility. Tell us a little bit about it, the size, the highlights, the visitors.
Sure. Obviously we're the largest convention center in North America. We've been in the space of being a big convention center since 1960, but we've gone through numerous expansions. So today we're 2.6 million square feet of exhibition space. We have 600,000 square feet of meeting space, over 170 rooms, major ballrooms, one being over 100,000 square feet. So we are obviously a large player in the national market.
Yeah, big place. It must be an interesting one to manage and take care of, and I know you do that. So let's talk about the GBAC STAR Accreditation for facilities, which McCormick Place is part of that program. And so congratulations on that and getting through the process. So tell us, what was it that caused you to look at the program and implement it?
So as everyone is now trying to create a path to get to opening their facility, we always knew that we did a very good job of keeping our facility clean and safe. But ultimately, it's really about getting customers to feel comfortable that things are clean and safe. So the idea that we could show our protocols, our procedures to a neutral third party and have them review them, and then basically say, listen, you've passed the test. You obviously have the ability to be clean and safe. We think that's important to tell our customers moving forward.
So speaking of that, what does this mean for your staff? You have a huge staff, I imagine, and visitors. So what about that?
Well, our staff is comfortable that we've achieved this milestone. And I'll be honest with you, we also look more globally than just McCormick Place. We have a campus here. It includes 2 connected hotels, both the Marriott and the Hyatt. And the public authority that owns the assets, those 3 structures, has actually asked that the other 2 hotels get the GBAC certification as well, so that we can demonstrate to any customer, an organizer, an exhibitor, an attendee coming to our campus that we're meeting the highest standards of cleanliness.
Good. Now in the process, there's 20 elements to comply with to implement into your existing program of cleaning and disinfection. Were there any of the elements or aspects of this process that stood out as challenging that you had to overcome?
I don't think challenging was the right word, but I think it was an opportunity to go through a really extensive review. And for that, I'm really happy. I think that it's a great opportunity to review the various things that we do. As I mentioned earlier, we've always tried to pride ourselves on being a clean facility. We've always gotten high marks from our customers that we are. But I'll give you one little anecdotal thing that we learned. You know, one of the things that we do in our restrooms now is we allow our customers to rate us, and we've done this prior to COVID, but they touched a button to do that. And now we realize that's not a good way to do things in the future. So now we're putting QR codes there so they can use their personal devices.
Well, that's really cool. Good innovation on your part. Yeah. So
we're looking at other things too. You know, do you start to have touchless opening of doors, things that long-term, because I think our view is that while we know that we'll get to the other side of COVID eventually, and some of the social distancing and the capacity limitations will go back to a more normal environment, we believe that customers will still expect this high level of cleanliness, and having the GBAC certification and constant review of our programs and protocols are what customers will expect for the future.
Mm-hmm. On the flip side, is there anything that in the process you discovered we're already doing this?
Yeah, I think we were doing some of it already, even before we actually became a site for the alternative care facility back in the spring. But we just enhanced it based on that experience, which then actually worked well when we supplied our application to GBAC.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me ask this question. When you think about the cleaning processes and management of your facility, is there anything you're doing new because of the GBAC STAR accreditation that you're going to continue doing in the future? I know you mentioned the touching of devices or surfaces.
Yeah, we see that as a long-term capital improvement that we would make. Are there doors that you don't have to touch to open. So we've learned a lot in this process. High touch areas and increasing in frequency of the cleaning are things that we know we need to do more of. We had hand sanitizers already here in the facility, but we've increased the number.
Okay. Well, my last question is this. If another convention center, a facility, of course not as big as yours, but in the same industry, asked you, what should we do? Should we do GBAC STAR accreditation? What would you tell them?
I would tell them absolutely yes, and here's why. I think it's important, and I'm glad that big and small venues throughout the U.S. are embracing GBAC, because ultimately for our industry, it's important that our customers feel safe and secure going to venues all across the U.S. I don't see this as something where we want to have a competitive edge over one facility or another because we have our GBAC certification. I want all facilities to get GBAC certification so that we're demonstrating that our industry understands the issues at hand, has addressed them, and should make our customers feel safe and want to come to a face-to-face meeting in Chicago or anywhere else in the U.S.
Well, David, thank you for your time today. A nice story you've outlined for us from your venue there, and I hope to visit McCormick Place soon.
We're looking forward to welcoming you back, Jeff. So we will be open and we will meet again. So thank you very much.